Yo,
What's going on?
what's going on, boss? How you feeling?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm absolutely amazing, man. Quarantine.
Man, for real. What you get up to today?
So we're about to go to some stores. I got to do a call at 12, and got to go take some pictures at 2:30. So
Okay.
got a little running around to do for getting ready for Mother's Day tomorrow and everything like that.
Most definitely, most definitely. Well, should we didn't want to make it too long. We really just wanted to see how you've been, what you've been up to. Real. Another thing we wanted to say is that we thought about potentially talking to a few people like this to kind of get their perspective and honestly shed light on what they're doing. So, like, if you would be open to it, like recording or whatever, it may be some content for yourself or maybe for us to post and share with other people as well, give knowledge and put some insight on your Forex and everything. Just throw it out there.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Okay, okay. Well, really, main things we was talking about was with the Forex, and retirement and the stock market and how coronavirus is right now and how it's affecting everything. And we just want to kind of get your opinion on what do you think is going on right now with the economy to start off with the coronavirus.
Perfect. So what I truly believe is that the coronavirus is really just a setup for a stock market crash and a depression. Because every 8 to 10 years there is one, and so the United States they've lacked it since the last one in 2008. So that's really what it is. It's a setup for that. And a lot of people, when times like this come, they're not really sure. They're not really sure where to get security because the security stops coming from the job. So I feel like it's very important that people understand how to invest and what to invest in. So that way, no matter what happens in the economy, they're in the best position to thrive financially and really create that financial foundation. So I believe this is what that is. For a lot of people, it's a scary time, but for entrepreneurs and investors, it's an exciting time. And it's really just about understanding, how to tap into that and really understand how to be in position to grow through times like this.
Okay. So, like, for a beginner, for somebody who's not so much financially literate, especially when it comes to the stock market or investing, period, what advice would you give them to they can look forward to or towards a research to help their finance?
That's a great question. So before I started trading in the Forex market, I was absolutely brand new myself. So, when the word investing and stuff like that, it can be kind of intimidating. So when you're brand new, what I would say do, and what I recommend to a lot of people is start out learning how to trade in the foreign exchange market due to a few things. So with the foreign exchange market, it's the world's largest market in the world, $7 trillion a day, including cryptocurrency and everything like that. And it's a lot more volatile and a lot more liquid. So that means you're in a position to make money, really faster. And with it being open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, well, 5.5 days a week, you can make more. You can make money at any time. But the biggest thing is that it's simple to learn, and it takes very little startup capital to actually start trading in that financial market. So the next biggest thing is, of course, the education. So no matter if you're wanting to trade in the foreign exchange market or the stock market or options or whatever the case may be, education is the most important thing. So what I see a lot of times is people come to me and say, well, hey, listen, I tried doing my research, learning how from YouTube. I'm like, that's cool, but what you're getting on YouTube is a lot of people's opinions rather than a structured system to teach you step by step on how to learn the skill. So that's the biggest thing. I would say choose a market to invest in and really invest in your education. So find somebody that knows how to do it, find somebody that has the tools and the education, and invest in yourself to learn it.
Okay. Now, the difference, I think a lot of people probably don't know the difference between Forex, stocks, ETFs, and stuff, and such like that. So why would you say Forex is the better way to start than rather investing in just, a few stocks or ETFs?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the biggest difference between the stock market and the foreign exchange market is that the stock market, you're trading companies and commodities. So we invest in Nike, Ford, Apple, Tesla, right? And we make money on the ups and success of the company. So if the company does well, then obviously we make money, right? But if the company does bad, let's just say a stock market crash, they lay off employees go on strike, the value of the company drops, shareholders lose money. Because when the company drops, you lose money. You can't make money if the market is crashing. You can only sell. So, when it comes to the foreign exchange market, instead of trading companies and commodities, you're trading currencies. So you're trading the financial currency flowing through countries. So, it doesn't matter what happens in the economy. You make money whether the value of a currency goes up or it goes down. And another thing about currencies is that currencies will never crash. So not only are you in a position to make money whether the market goes up or down, like I said, it's also the biggest, most liquid financial market in the world. And instead of being able to only trade, during the day, right, day trading with stocks, you're able to trade at any time, because while we're sleeping in the U.S., somebody's making money over in Europe. Somebody's making money over in Australia. So business is still moving, but a lot of people's money is not. So when you learn how to trade in the foreign exchange market, you're able to literally make money at any time. And your biggest thing is you can make money on the ups and downs of the market. And like I said, currencies will never crash. So also it takes a little startup capital. You can start a trading account with as little as $10. Buying into stocks, really good stocks and things like that. It can range from different prices. So it's just a lot. I would say a lot more opportunity than the stock market. And I just like being able to make money whether the market goes up or down. So that's the biggest difference.
You got anything, Marcel?
Hey, what up, Curtis? I've been quiet this whole time.
What's going on, Marcel? How you feeling, man?
Not much, man. I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain. Working, eating good, living. Same old. But I was just so for because I know we might put this out there. So for anybody that's struggling to find a way right now, because I started I guess you could say my entrepreneurial journey at probably I would say 17, 18 is when I really started getting into business and understanding what business was, started researching and looking at, different directions I wanted to take myself. And I feel like when we was at the same point, I remember a few years back, we was kind of at the same point. You was first getting a Forex. I was first starting to cut hair and putting it out there that I was doing that. And I saw you was getting into Forex. Could you explain your position at that time, and then going from being average Joe, you could say, into becoming, I guess you could say more so who you wanted to be? Because I know you're not where you want to be. Of course, nobody's ever where they want to be mentally, physically, spiritually, all that thing. But what point were you at that time, and what led it to where you are now?
Yeah, so at that time I was in a state of transition, because I've been in the industry of building businesses on the internet, networking and stuff like that since I was 19. So I was transitioning from another company, and was kind of trying to find a place to call home, as far as finding another business to build. So I was in a state of transition, and I was trying to find something where I could make money at the same time while I build my business. And so I seen people making money, on from this thing called Forex, and I was like, what's Forex? And so I just made the decision to start to learn. And what I love so much about it is that you yourself, you can make as much money as you want without having to talk to anybody, sell anything, build a team, or anything like that. So that's what really caught my attention about it. And just like anybody else, I was in a state of ignorance when it comes to investing. I didn't know anything about investing. I never invested before. The only thing close to investing was 401k. So okay. I didn't even know, what even went behind the scenes in a 401k. I didn't even know that they took my money and invested into a market that I didn't even know anything about. So I was like, yo, let me learn about this stuff, because once I learn how money moves, then I'll learn how to grow it, so I don't have to depend on anybody else to invest in my future. So that was a position I was in. And man, I really just chose to dive in and learn because man, there's no such thing as security in another man's hands. Like there's no such thing as security in a company. So security comes from yourself, and that's really the biggest thing is teaching people that, because when people find out that in a time like this, they find out that their security turns into disappointment. Mm-hmm. When their job let them go, and they say, you know what, the funds dried up because we aren't doing well. So instead of protecting your check, we're going to protect ours, and we got to cut you off. Yeah. So
and they thought that whole time. The whole time they thought they was going to be straight. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
One more thing, like so. Like you was at that point, but who were like some of the people that like kind of pulled you, maybe like a mentor or like people you see online or something that like pulled you in the direction that you're in now?
Oh yeah, so my mentors that I have today, I work with them very closely.
They're the same ones from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay.
They of course created tons of financial success for themselves, but they've created that for other people. And so they really taught me a lot of things about leadership, growth, how to, build organizations and really just master the skill set at the same time. So mentorship is definitely important, and I say it's a few things that you want to find in mentorship. Not only, do they have the results that you want, but also do they have the character and integrity to match. So you want to, making the money is cool, but if you're a bad person, right, it's not really gonna benefit you. So they're amazing people, helped a lot of people, right, sacrificed a lot to help me, get me in a position that I'm at now. And I would say that's definitely important.
That's what's up, man, because I've been watching the journey, from afar. I've been trying to do my own thing and try to get my own situation under wraps and try to push myself in a direction that I, been looking forward to going into. But it's been nice, like watching your journey and see how far you've come, because, everybody starts somewhere. And I just appreciate when people just start, period. So, yeah, that's the main thing I'm trying to do right now. Maybe getting some more content out with the podcast and just a lot of other things just to get people, like, moving in that right direction. But we definitely got to link up, like, more within the city, because right now I think we, like, in Louisville specifically, I can't speak for the country because I mean, I can kind of sort of because I can see it. But, like, I'm in Louisville, I'm seeing what's going on. And we don't have a lot of community going on right now. It's like, yeah, we have, like, certain communities, certain people doing their thing and, like, they're putting stuff together for their people. But we don't have nothing that's, like, the collective, like, understanding between everybody in the city. It's not like one accord, and it can be so easy because it's so close. Like, I could talk to somebody, like you, for instance. Like, we got family ties. I mean, I'm sure you know that. Like, we got family ties, like, with your mom, my uncle. I don't even know if you knew that, but like, it's that close. Like, it's like Stefan. That's my uncle, my great uncle. Yeah,
really.
That's my granny's brother, like, first brother. Yeah,
that's
real
crazy.
Blood brother. Yeah, so, like,
wow.
it's a small city, so, like, like the way that the city is and how everybody's connected, there's no way that we shouldn't be able to, like, how we just had this conversation. We could have this, like, with, like, maybe like 50 to 100 people, because I mean, like, the Zoom has so many capabilities. So, like, we could have this conversation with a lot of people and, like, really start changing the dynamic of the city, like, but still do our own individual things, because at the end of the day, like, I have a personal agenda, you have a personal agenda, Coop has a personal agenda. Like, we all have our own personal things that we're trying to do. But, like, man, like, and especially, like, right now, like, if this time doesn't show that we need to have, like, some type of, like, community action or something together to where, like, we can fall back on. Like, I don't know what else is better to do that than right now. So, we just try to do our part. That's why we started, just getting back on this stuff. But, yeah, I appreciate talking to you, bro. Like, I don't even know how long we're going to go on with this. But, shoot, I just want to say I appreciate it, coming on. And all.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys, man. I totally agree. I would definitely love to, like, have a community where you can just come and mastermind, share ideas, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're all we got. Because, like, that thinks this way, it has, the visions and the goals in a world that's so average. So, yeah, no, I appreciate you guys, man. Seriously.
For sure.
And he's been consistent too. That's one thing. Marcel talked about starting, but you've been consistent with it.
Yeah, consistent growth over time.
Most definitely. Just a few other things to put out there. Some things you touched on. Uh, First, let me say this: do you have any pieces of literature or books or anything that has influenced you, that's changed your life, that you may want to share?
Um,
Or it could be
yeah. So like like any type
anything
of
that's influenced you that's helped you.
so Bob Proctor.
Okay.
I listen to him a lot, and Think and Grow Rich. Everybody needs to read that book.
Most definitely.
Facts.
The Secret.
Yeah, I heard The Secret. I haven't read it though.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he's mentioning that book quite a bit. Man,
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
great books. He's Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay.
What's that book? Asking It Is Given, man. I think that's a great book as well, because that was really the first book that shed the light on the spiritual aspect, like of how you know we're spiritual beings living in the physical world, and that success is 99% spiritual. So as long as you're tapped into God, as long as you're tapped into spirit, when spirit flows through you, you can ask whatever you want, and it's given into your life. So that really sheds a lot of enlightenment and breaks everything down. So Asking It Is Given, that's a really good book.
Asking is giving.
Was there ever a time, like, over the past few years, you was just like, man, I've had enough. This is it. I'm done. I'm gonna switch up, do something else, whatever the case may be, or just not even. Because, like, for me personally, I'll just go ahead and say, like, me personally, like, I'm not much of a people's person. Like, I know how to, like, understand people and all that, but I'm not much of a spotlight type of guy. So, like, whenever I did have a spotlight or whatever the case may be, I didn't even like it. I didn't even want it, and so I did everything to get away from it. And so, like, that led me to, like, I guess not being as, because I could be, like, in the community, like, this voice or whatever, but I kind of choose not to, because I don't want that attention, but I want that attention behind the scenes. It's kind of weird how it works out. But, like, was there ever a time that, like, you just is like, man, what I'm doing right now doesn't make sense, and it's like, it's not what I want to do?
Yeah, so I definitely had times like that, and I really feel like it's a resistance equals redirection. So it's a difference between when you're doing what you really want to do, like that's purpose driven, and you're just getting redirected. But then there's a difference between when you're doing something that you know you're not supposed to do because you're falling for a counterfeit. So, like, I've had times where I know what I want to do, I know what my passion, my purpose is, and then times where I didn't see the goal happen fast enough, I try to recreate my own path, and then that led me to doing something that I really ain't supposed to be doing. Like, I'm supposed to be building this business, but now I'm trying to start learning e-commerce, and then like
Yeah.
stuff just starts. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I know I'm not supposed to be doing this. So, when you know you're not supposed to be doing something, you'll know because you'll feel it in your emotion, and you'll just like have like just little intuitions, like saying like, yeah, you need to get back focused on that thing. You know what that thing is. Everybody knows what that thing is. But when you're doing what you really want to do, right, that's, aligned with your purpose, but you're just hitting roadblocks, then that's a difference. So, when you're following what you're supposed to be doing, your main focus, when you have times like that, just ask for clarity and redirection, because behind that wall is your breakthrough. So I've had times like that in my business that I'm building now, and just the industry that I'm in, and so I just keep push through it. You know what I'm saying? Push through it. Ask for redirection. Ask for guidance. But when you feel like you're going towards a path, trying to follow money or trying to follow something that's not purpose driven, then God will actually set up a wall and block you, right, to redirect you back to that main thing. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. I've had times like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all have, like, and I just like to be honest with myself, and then so, like, that's how it comes off. But yeah, so I don't know if Coop, like, I don't even know if this is even Can I even ask you questions, Coop? What do you
Yeah,
do?
whatever you want. Come on, you know that.
Like, so what kind of time? Because I know we went to K-Dub and all that, and there was like times where like I know we kind of left school around the same time. We was like, man, I know I was like, man, F this. This is definitely not where I'm trying to be. This is not this environment right here. Kentucky West is definitely not it. And I jumped up and I got up out of there. And I know you was around the same time. So
I think personally for me, I have been my biggest obstacle, just myself, getting over myself at times. Like Kentucky West, it was a good opportunity and stuff, but sometimes I let myself get in my own way, honestly. And like Curtis said, when you say resistance equals redirection, basically like man, it just goes back to what I just said. You get in your own way sometimes. And I think we kind of take things a little more different than what it needs to be. So, yeah.
yeah. I honestly think
Yeah.
if we would have stayed on our direction at Kentucky West, then like maybe committed a little bit more to like the Keelan mindset. There's no telling what we could have did with the football thing because that was like right there for real. There was only like a few. There's probably like 4 or 5 people that I could say for that team that actually had a chance beyond just football. You gotta have like the physique. You gotta have like the mentality and all of that. There was only a few people that had that.
But like what Curtis said on the redirection thing, like to this day I say that was the best decision I made.
Leaving.
I swear it's the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, me too.
Life, it hit me in the face a couple times. But bro, it's been the best decision I've made. I've learned so much. That's the time I read my first book is when I left college. You feel me? A book that I've never read. I didn't do certain things that I do now. So yeah, things like that.
What about you becoming a realtor? How did that play into that? Like, just you leaving Kentucky Wesleyan and all that.
Man, honestly, you started it, to be honest with you, when you invited me to go to the Merle seminar in Louisville.
Yeah, scam. Another scam.
You said scam?
And this is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Alongside of that, Rich Dad Poor Dad, man, one of my favorite books of all time. So it just one thing led to another. Wanted to invest and learn more about real estate and teach others, which is what I'm about to do as well, Curtis. Do little videos like this and just on my own, and I'm gonna put a whiteboard up and stuff to really explain and break things down. I know I mentioned to you before, but that's really my purpose and what I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've been saying it for 2 years. Like I said, I gotta get out of my own way and go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I remember you was telling me about that. Because real estate's that's something we're about to add to the portfolio as well. So somebody like myself, I'm fresh into real estate, so I would need somebody to learn from.
Most definitely. I just want to give value, man. I like when you ask me a question, I'm gonna let you know, and if I don't know, I'm gonna let you know, and then I'm gonna go find out. But that's just my passion, my specialty, so to speak. But other than that, I think it's a lot more to me too. We can sit here and talk about whatever, from sports to relationships. Anything. We all got these life problems, and we all human.
Oh yeah, facts.
Curtis, what's your next 5 years looking like?
Man, next 5 years, I look to create. I look to create like hundreds of people retire from their jobs. And making 6 to 7 figures, man. That's my whole passion and just my purpose is just to help people realize their true potential rather than living life within the confines of a boss's paycheck. So, as long as I can help people get free, next 5 years, I look to be, I want to be in a position where I can just impact people on a large scale and have my influence reach areas that I can't even pronounce, like and just having that type of impact.
I ain't gonna lie, my bad to cut you off, but I see you going in a different direction than Forex in the next 5 years. Like, I mean, I know you do Forex, like that could be like a base, but like I'm just saying, I see more doing the inspirational thing than anything.
Yeah, you got that.
Like building the brand around that.
Yeah, I can see
That's my
that.
personal opinion.
Yeah. And Forex is really just a tool. Like the company I'm partnering with now, which you guys know, I'm a network marketer. Like that's my passion. So definitely in the next 5 years, I see myself, in the books Hall of Fame, right? Network marketing, and going down in that. But Forex is just an investment tool, so I can to use that to fund other things. But I mean, you definitely just impacting people, whatever platform and scale that God has me do that on. That's what really I'm here for. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
Because we all got challenges. We all been through crazy stuff. Like, you feel me? That we could shed light on. You know what I'm saying? To help other people get through. So I feel like that's what's life about. Life's about taking your challenges and your struggles, using your tests as testimonies, and impacting other people so that they can create the success a lot faster than you did.
Coop, what about you? I'm gonna ask one more question after this though. And I think I'm done with it after that. But what about you, Coop? What's the next 5 years looking like?
5 years. My goal has always been, I want to help everyone get at least one investment property for their financial future and for their kids. Because as we all know about the real estate in general, passive income, assets over liabilities. So personally, that's one of my main goals, is help everyone to get at least one investment property. On a personal level, more so building myself as an individual and taking care of my family. So I mean, it really just depends. I mean, in 5 years, I see myself financially free, giving back and just teaching people across the world, really traveling, maybe doing speaking events, giving back to the kids. I do have 2 daughters now.
Man, congrats.
Man, thank you.
We got our son on the way.
Really?
Yeah, August. Yep.
Congratulations, man.
Here I am, childless, no kids.
No, congratulations, for real, man. That's gonna be enjoyable. It's a beautiful thing seeing them grow up. It really is. It really is. But I mean, other than that, bro, just honestly really giving back and meeting people and helping others, man. Honestly, at this point.
Yeah, I got one more. I need to answer the question myself, I guess.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's ask you, Sal. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
ask where you see yourself, bro.
5 years, like, I'm not going to say for certain that my next 5 years will kind of go like this, but I really see myself like changing my persona a little bit into something more of like I call it like something like a street preacher, because like I want to take the message of that God brings to me, but turn it into like a revolutionized like way to understand it. And because I mean I didn't come from the hood, you could say, but I was all around the hood stuff. Like I went to Central, a block away from the projects. My dad worked in the projects his whole life. Like, so I got stories on stories. I done met people. And so like I just, and my vision is to just bring financial education to people, like with God. It's a certain way that I want to tie it in, because I feel like God is the key to like understanding yourself and like just your purpose in life, because I don't think none of us are here just for no reason. You know, we all have to have some type of benefit to the earth. And I think of myself, I'm gonna do that through the ministry, like, you know, through my, I guess you can say motivational speaking or whatever you can call it. But I'm going to change my persona to a way that I don't have to work for nobody, because right now I work. I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to have any situations to where I'm like stunted from growing. Basically, I want to be in a position to do everything I want to do. I want to get more into cars. I got to get my farm up and running, so that way I can get the restaurant up and running, because I want to provide like whole foods to the community, because like I'm all about the mind, body, and soul. So if I'm going to preach to you that you got to get your mind right, you got to also get your body right. You know, you got to get your money right. So I can't just preach to you about doing one thing without doing the 5 other things, the other elements that are to life that we need. So that's just my thing, really. 5 years is just to try to be in a place where my persona matches my lifestyle and what I'm doing, basically. You know, just from owning a farm to like doing everything I say I'm doing. So basically, that's where I want to be. Because right now I'm in the beginning phases of like having my foundation completely set. And shoot, man, that's about it for 5 years, man. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself either. I think we all have like opportunity to grow and get a bigger vision. So I'm just taking it day by day. But this is the question that I wanted to ask. Like, this is like I'm a car guy. Like I've always wanted to own a lot of cars. So like for both of y'all, really, like what is the maybe 3? We might have to do 3 because I can get like 5 or 6. But like, what's the 3 cars you gotta have like before his time's up? Like what is the 3 cars you need before your time is out?
Shoot, you wanna go ahead and knock that out, Jalen?
Okay, I want got a 71, 72 Chevelle SS.
Okay.
I want a Lambo because I'm a bull. I'm a Taurus. And I want a Rolls Royce. I don't know if I want the truck, the Phantom, or something, but yeah. That's probably gotta have an old school, and I say there were 3.
Shoot, yeah, I'm with you on the Lambo, bro. I gotta have a Lamborghini. Bentley. I want a Bentley. So that's the classic car.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the third one, man, I'm like you, Marcel, bro. I want a lot of cars.
Yeah, dude, I need a lot.
But
I need a lot.
I would say some type of BMW. No, I wouldn't even say BMW. A Ferrari. I would say, you know, I would say a Ferrari too. You know what I'm saying? I would say those are the top 3.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm right there with the Lambo,
I feel like one of them got to be a family type car. You feel me? Because like, what if your family got to ride in this? I'm like,
you get yours.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, yours.
Hey,
yeah.
You can't sacrifice the sport though. You can't sacrifice for the family. You gotta have both.
Yeah,
hey, we'll use the 2-seaters when we all go out and riding or somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like you though. I need a Bentley. I've always wanted a GT though. I've always wanted the Continental GT. I need a Lamborghini SVJ. I need that. I need the Roadster too. I need the top down. I need that. And then I don't know. Like I got so many cars that I want. That like I also like kind of need like a bigger car. So maybe not even like a. I'll go ahead and say it. I want a tank, like a mini tank, like an armored vehicle. Like if I'm gonna complete three cars, I gotta have the 2 sports cars, and I gotta have some. I could put my family in a bulletproof Tahoe or something, you know, like so. That I would just have to be safe and go ahead. If I'm gonna have 3 cars, that's gonna be my 3.
That's facts. I like it.
And I ain't trying to change the subject or nothing, but I'm Curtis. I remember you said you had a son on the way, and I've been recently looking into custodial accounts. Because I'm with TD Ameritrade for my brokerage account. I'll be looking to custodial accounts for my kids and stuff as a way to invest, you know, a little bit every month or whatever, and they can have it by, you know, whether they're 18 or however, whatever age you want to decide they can have it. Just something else to throw out there. And for anybody who's listening to this, really.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm not too familiar about is like the custodial accounts and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would need to learn more about that.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I'm still looking more into it myself. That, and you know, you hear all these things about life insurance policies and all this other stuff, just trying to take care of things like that. Which may be another topic for another discussion too. Honestly, I think I
think we could definitely get together and have like some more structured points and hit on some things. I like that.
How can people get in contact with you? I think I do know a lot of people talk about Forex and doing this and that.
Yeah, just social media. My name on Facebook is Curtis Lee Harbin. Instagram is Curtis_Lee_Harbin. So that's the best way. Anybody that wants to learn, get information. I just, just like you said, I want to give value. There's a lot of fakers out here on social media. There's a lot of, people on Instagram saying all this and saying all that, claiming to be experts. So, I just really want to give people value, give them the right information that's going to put them in a position to help them really learn the skill set, you know what I'm saying, or anything that they want to learn. So, yeah, social media is the best way.